Here we go.
All right, buddy. Welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time and coming on the show. I appreciate it a lot.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely, bud, definitely. So, like the first thing I wanted to ask you is, I see before you even started to act, you played sports in school, and
Yeah.
at first you were like a ba basketball guy, and how was that like? How was playing ball like?
It was my entire life. That is all I did 9 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's all I did, all I thought about. So it was a bit of a switch up going to acting, but yeah, I had the greatest times of my life playing basketball. It was
Nice.
taught me everything I know just about life in general and friendships and how to lose and how to win and how to get yourself up in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you still play or watch it yet or no?
I try to every once in a while get to the gym and play some pickup basketball. Just I'm not as flexible as I used to be, and then after I play, this sounds ridiculous because I'm so young, but my body starts hurting, and I've had a bad ankle my whole time when I was playing. So I don't do that too much anymore. I like to play golf now. That's my go
Oh,
low impact. Yeah.
now is it like the regular golf or miniature golf?
Both, man. I haven't gone mini golfing in so long. Actually, that would be fun. It's the regular golf.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. And from playing sports, like what drew you to want to act?
I had so my freshman year of high school, I had an English teacher, and he was also the drama teacher at my high school. And for those 3 years, 4 years, he was just trying to get me to join drama. He was just like, I think you would love it. We would have so much fun. I was like, Mr. Bloom, I'm a basketball kid. I'm a jock. I'm not a I'm not a theater kid. And then sure enough, junior year comes around and I need the art credit. So I go up to him like, "Hey, I'm gonna join the class. Let's give it a shot." And lo and behold, I fell in love with it. And I came home. I was like, "Mom, Dad, I want to be an actor. This is just what I want to do." So then, yeah, I waited till I graduated and got myself an agent and started auditioning.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
What what was like the first role you ever had for either like film or television?
My first role acting period was in a music video for the band Extreme.
Oh my
Um,
God, I remember them.
yeah, yeah, the more than words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
still love that song.
yeah, I did a music video for their new album, and I got to hang out with Nunu Betancourt all day, their guitarist, and that was fun. That was my first ever project, and then right after that, I had a small part in a Hallmark film called Love and Zion National. So that was the kind of first speaking acting part right there.
Wow. Now, did you ask them to sing more than words or no?
No, I didn't, but I have a great story. We were back at the house at the end of the day, and we were filming the last scene. And the house that we were filming at, the owner of the home collected guitars, and so
Hmm.
Nunu just or Nu, Nunu or Nuno, man, it's Nunu, I think, picked up a guitar and just did the craziest couple of licks I've ever seen before. Just so casually, just sitting there noodling around. It was incredible. But no, I should have asked him to play more than words for me.
I know. I probably would have sat there saying, "Oh my God, I'm gonna ask him to sing this. Get thrown off the set."
Exactly. Yeah, there's that too. Exactly.
And what was the Love in National Park? Was it like what was that like to actually be in one of the Hallmark films that actually isn't a Christmas film?
Right. It seems like they're all Christmas films, huh? Um, no, this one was not a Christmas film. That was great. I got to spend a couple days in Zion in Utah. So that was incredible, beautiful out there. Uh,
Nice.
and then the whole rest of the cast was so kind to me. It was my first project, so I was learning everything, learning how to hit a mark, learning to not look into the camera on accident, all the little stuff. So I got all of that out of me before my next project. But everyone was so generous and so kind, and I learned so much on that set.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the 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 role you're known for, the role that has blown up now is Geek 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 Girl, the television show, and you play a recurring role on the series as Nick. And how did you wind up booking that role? Like, how was your audition like?
Yeah, that one just came in just like a normal audition came in, and you get those cool projects that, and you just think, ah, they're probably just gonna give it to some A-lister, but I sent it off, and luckily I got a call back, so I did the call back, and then it was about a month and a half I heard nothing, and then a little bit of time passes, and they call me back, and they're like, hey, the director would like to meet you on Zoom. So that was awesome. So I got on the Zoom call and read a couple scenes with the director and the casting director, and then ended that. Thought it went really well. Another couple days, didn't hear anything, so I was just kind of bummed about that. But I always had this feeling that I was like, I don't know, I just have a weird feeling about this part. Uh,
Mhm.
and then some they wanted a couple more scenes, so it just kept going. And then eventually my agent called me and said that they were offering me the part, and I was just in shock. Ran to my brother's room and were screaming and called my parents, and they were stoked. And yeah.
That must be such a great feeling though. Like you know that you got like a really big role, and it's going to be in a TV series. You're one of the leads, and when you get that phone call, you booked it. You're playing Nick. Like that must be like
Yeah.
so amazing. Like that feeling from getting the phone call.
It was incredible. It was a big moment of, my gosh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting this, and then it's kind of like, oh crap, I have to do this now. Now it's not just me hoping for stuff. Now I actually have to get out there and pull it off somehow. So
and, and on the series, like Nick has a interesting relationship with his aunt. And so what's your like what's your take on that, on the relationship with Nick and his aunt?
yeah, it's a bit different, huh? It's a bit different than a normal relationship. She's a hard one to love, I think.
Yeah,
But it's
definitely.
just Aunt Yuji. She's business first. And yeah, I think there's still a whole lot of love there between the two, but it definitely is business first. And she doesn't show a lot of emotion, even in this one of the episodes where Nick really confronts her and pushes for her to put Harry in the show.
Hmm.
She waits for him to leave before before laughing, and so it's a weird relationship, but I'm sure there's a whole lot of love there still.
Oh yeah, yeah. If we get season two, you might see more softer side of her.
Yeah,
Maybe you never know.
yeah, never know.
And then Nick and Harry, you know, what do you, when Nick's first impressions of her, when he first fell in love with her and stuff, like what do you think Nick first saw in Harriet that made him like say, okay, this is the girl, this is who I want to go on a date with?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that she had a huge tumble inside London Fashion Week. That was the first time I saw her, right? Or no, the first time was walking up the stairs, which I was laughing because my mom, I think, asked me the same question. I said it was probably the bright neon clothes that she was wearing inside of London Fashion Week. But then my mom was like, "Well, when you saw her in the show, you didn't even look at what she was wearing. You were just looking at her eyes." I was like, "Well, it was probably that, maybe her eyes, maybe." But I think once he got to know her a little bit, I think her personality and how she was just unapologetically herself. I think that's something that Nick really took a liking to.
Okay, okay. And of course, like the first date with them, and you what did, from your own experiences from like your first date, like did you bring that to the set for that scene?
Yeah, I think my first date. I think when you're at that age, your first dates are usually in a big group, huh? You're never really
That's
alone.
true, you're right.
Probably in a big group. But my first my I don't think my first one-on-one date went as smoothly as that. I feel like Nick and Harry's went pretty smooth. They got to escape to a museum and dressed in a suit and a beautiful gown. I think they had it a little bit better than I did. I think I awkwardly rode the Ferris wheel at the mall or something like that over by my house.
Oh, nice. Okay. You know, that's always like a you see that in a lot of shows, like when two people fall in love riding the Ferris wheel, like that's like one of those like things you see in like a movie or like a television show.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. It's probably a bit more. Well, I guess they do a pretty good job keeping it real in that. It was just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And what what did what did you like doing between takes? Like when you know of course you're not always on screen.
Yeah.
So what do you do during your downtime when you're on set?
Um, Try to get Emily to laugh while we're doing her coverage. Try to get her to laugh. No, we had a good fun. It was just me and Emily hung out at the Crafty a lot, eating snacks.
Nice.
That's where I spend. I just put a chair right next to all the snacks. I just hang out and eat all the snacks. I was like, where do the goldfish go? I don't know. Crumbs all over my face.
You know, you if everyone on set was wondering what happened to it now, if they watch this, they're gonna know.
How they know, huh? How they know? That's where the goldfish went.
Yeah. So the food was really good on set. Like, I mean, well,
We had a
catering food and all
Yeah,
that.
we had a great catering and great snacks on set. We did a lot more than that. Even when we weren't filming, we were hanging out and we had a couple karaoke nights and they introduced me
Nice.
to a Sunday roast, which I've never had before. Um, and it's just cool being out there and you can just stop by a pub during the day and hang out and the scenery is beautiful and yeah, we had great times out there.
All right, all right. So, what was your go-to karaoke song?
I think me and James sang James, who plays Ollie, one of the bullies, we sang a duet. Man, I want it that way. Maybe
Oh, the Backstreet
we
Boys.
did. We might have done the Backstreet Boys. I think we did do that.
Nice, nice. and and you know there are a lot of good pubs. Like I was in London once and like a while ago, and what I loved about it is like their little small pubs and their coffee shops and stuff like that. And did you visit both? Like did you do like the coffee shops and like different pubs and stuff?
All the time. I had a couple great pubs and coffee shops right by where I was staying in Richmond in London. There's a whole bunch of great places down there. Yeah, I was down there all the time. And then I was right outside a big park too, so you could just go and grab a pint and sit outside and there was every Sunday there was some was it cricket? Cricket? I think it was cricket. Some tournaments going on in the field, so I could just sit there
Oh
and watch.
wow.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
Nice. So, what was your drink of choice when you were drinking your pints?
I'm just a classic lager guy.
Oh
Nothing.
yeah,
Although Guinness is pretty popular out there. Some people like Guinness. Never really got into that.
yeah. I'm more of like a lager guy too. You know, I like I like tap beer more than bottled beer too.
Yeah,
So,
I'm with you on that one. And I think I was 20 when we were filming that, so I wasn't 21 yet. But it was the drinking age out there is 18.
oh wait,
Like,
really?
this is awesome. Probably gonna get in trouble for saying that.
And are you more of like a coffee or tea guy? Would you get your at your coffee shops?
Yeah, I'm more of a coffee guy. I never got into the tea too much. I did a little bit, but no, I'm more of a coffee guy. Tea's not too much my thing.
Oh, because you know over there tea is like very big.
Yeah, everyone drinks tea over there. Yeah, I had my coffee in the corner away from everyone who was drinking tea.
Do you have their like scones and stuff too? Isn't
Yeah.
isn't isn't that they do like the tea and the scones and
Mhm. Yeah. Tea and scones. Yeah, I did. They introduced me to all of that stuff. It was awesome.
and because you filmed there in London, but you filmed in Canada too. What did you wind up doing in Canada?
We didn't have too much free time out there. We were there for a short period, but we filmed pretty much all 10 days we were shooting there. But Tim Hortons, the coffee shop over there called Tim Hortons, was hands down my favorite coffee in the world.
Oh my
I,
God, really?
I Me and my dad had that every single morning. It was so good. So shout out to Tim Hortons. It was amazing.
Yo, okay. I might have to look it up. Not that I'll be in Canada anytime soon, but it's good. It's very good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, it was good.
And so like this is like one of your first television roles where I mean like a big recurring role. And what was it like to actually work for Netflix for the first time?
It was it was an experience. It was amazing, an amazing experience. That sounded bad. It was an amazing experience, and I had so many people around me to kind of hold my hand. And Emily was extremely patient with me, probably a lot of the times while I'm learning stuff. But we had a great time. Great cast, great crew. Declan, the director, is fabulous. So we had as much fun over summer that we possibly could.
Nice. What happened over the summer stays there, right?
Yeah, I was over summer stays over there. Everything you see on screen is the only things. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did look like the cast got along really well, so
Yeah,
I'm sure you all had a lot of fun.
we did, and that's not always the case. A lot of the times you're putting a whole group of people together for a very long period of time, and you're mix matching personalities. So for everyone on this set to get along the way that they did, it's a huge blessing. Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you could go on set and someone be a diva and not want to work with everybody.
yeah,
So as long as you got like a good cast, that's all that matters.
exactly.
Is there any scene that you had the most fun shooting?
All of the runway stuff was a whole lot of fun. And then the stuff in Canada as well, like the museum shoot, those were overnight shoots. So we were started filming at 5 o'clock in the evening, and then didn't finish until 6 a.m. the next morning, 5 a.m.
Ooh.
So those were they were long nights, but so much fun. You just get to the point of delirium where me and Emily would do a scene and then go back to our holding and just sit there, not even talk to each other. You're just trying to survive. So those are weirdly fun, but the runway stuff was a lot of fun too.
Nice. I can imagine that like probably after like 1-2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
the it starts to set in and you're like, oh my God, I just want to get through this.
yeah. And the coffee at that point is not even working. You're just tired and awake. It's, you're not any more energetic.
Yeah, I'm sure at that point the coffee will not work. Because I used to work at this like during Halloween season. I work at one of those like scary houses, the
Oh,
the
awesome.
Eastern State Penitentiary here in Philadelphia, and and like we would go to like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be like, aren't don't these people go to bed? Why are they still coming in? And at that point, like I'm down in monsters and coffee and nothing's
Yeah,
working, and I'm like
no,
leaning against the wall and I don't have any energy to jump out and like growl at
yeah.
them.
Boo.
Yeah, so I definitely know what you're talking about there. Was there any funny or cool stories from the set?
Let's see. There's a whole bunch, but in in episode 10, I don't even know if they're going to share this. Oh well. In episode 10, is the scene where we're walking down the runway at the very end, and it's when me and Harry kind of look at each other for the first time on the runway, and we start walking towards each other to meet and then have our kiss in the middle. We could not do that without laughing because I would walk out and Emily would turn around and we would make eye contact and immediately start laughing, and then we had to walk towards each other. So then we ended up just putting a little piece of tape on the camera and looking at that, and the other person just went off, and we just could not keep a straight face during a lot of the scenes. We couldn't keep a straight face on, but that was one that definitely stood out.
Oh my God, I love it. And how do you feel about like all the love that you've been getting for this show? Like I'm sure when you're walking down the street now, someone recognizes you from the show, right?
I've gotten a couple out in public, but a lot of super friendly messages on Instagram and all the social media apps. It's really amazing because you make something and you never know how people are going to respond to it, especially with social
Exactly.
media nowadays. You can get stuck just looking at your phone and reading all the negative stuff. So for it to be mostly positive, it's everything. It's so awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like I was reading online too. Like a lot of fans like really 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 love the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It was, yeah. I mean, especially, taking a book and turning it into a series. There's a lot of stuff
Mhm.
that had to get changed, and the diehard fans probably weren't too happy about, but it's been pretty much all positive, so it's amazing.
Good, good. And as you see, I'm a horror guy, and I know you got a horror film coming out. I don't know
Yeah.
how much you're allowed to say about it. Like, is there anything you could say because you're actually the lead in the horror movie?
One of the leads. There's another man named Hunter who's amazing. He's leading that one. But yeah, it's 1994, I believe, in Seattle during that grunge pop era, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
about a group of anthropology kids, and one of them turns up dead, and there's gotta figure out who the killer is. I don't know how much else I'm allowed to say other than that.
So did you dressed in like your rock and roll shirt and the ripped jeans and all that stuff?
Yeah, they put us in the coolest stuff, the ripped jeans and the Doc Martens and the flannels tied around the waist and the leather jackets. Yeah, we got some great stuff on that set.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How did it feel to like wear that and go back in time, go back to that era?
You just feel cool. I just felt cool walking. I was able to drive this old muscle car and
Nice.
felt way cooler than my normal self. I would never wear that stuff outside of filming. And I even asked him, I was like, "Can I take a couple of this stuff home with me just so I can feel cooler about myself?"
Did they allow you to take it or did they? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I tried though. I tried.
Okay. And like horror is so much fun because I even did like a couple like low budget like horror films that are like very low budget. They're like a lot of fun. And what did you love about like being on like a horror set doing a horror movie?
Um, the fun day was we shot on Halloween, so we were
Oh,
shooting
that's
Halloween.
awesome.
There was some special effects that were used that day as well, so that was pretty cool. We got to film on actual Halloween day, so that was cool. But the best part of that was just it was another big ensemble cast of young kids. So we got to we all were in a hotel room together on the same floor. So we got to hang out all the time for a good month in Washington. So I think just the camaraderie with everyone was one of the best parts.
Okay, nice. Hey, once the horror movie comes out, you might get booked for like horror cons if the movie goes over big. They could
Yeah,
start booking you for like all different like horror conventions and stuff.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I go to them a lot, like
Oh,
the
I'm sure.
different horror conventions. Oh my God, I love
I'm
them.
sure the special effects are probably crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
you see like everyone dressed as like their favorite like horror character and then the
yeah,
actors that played the characters and yeah, it's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
And when you're not acting, like, what do you like doing during your free time?
I play a lot of golf. I've been playing a lot of golf recently. And then my brother has a band as well. He's got a blues band called the Bluebirds. So I go and watch them
Oh,
whenever
sweet.
chance as well. Yeah, they practice right down the street from my house, so I'm able to go and check them out a good amount.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if they're playing right down the street, you can always hear them practicing, right?
Well, they're in a studio a bit further down, but when they first started out, it was in my brother's room. So they had the electric guitar and the bass going in the room, and that I could definitely
Oh yeah, definitely.
hear.
And what about like songs that you like listening to? What's some music that's on your playlist?
I got a lot of blues on there as well. A lot of blues rock, a lot of Jimi Hendrix, a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh wow, you're going old school there.
Yeah, yeah. My parents, played a lot of that growing up. So I think when I was younger, it was a lot of Drake and the rap but I think as I got a little bit older, I kind of started listening to that a bit more. And now that my
Oh,
brother's in a blues rock band, that's all they play. So it's a lot of yeah, Allman Brothers and Stevie Ray Vaughan and
oh
like
yeah, classics.
a lot of that
Nice.
right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's that. I actually just saw like a couple of weeks ago. I saw the Rolling Stones live in concert, and it was so good. Like Mick Jagger, 80 years old,
Oh God.
moved around that stage better than some 40-year-olds. So
Yeah. Wow. I am so jealous. That's that's awesome.
yeah, it was so much like they sounded amazing. Like it was great.
Still got it, huh?
Oh my God, yes. I
Incredible.
I don't know how Keith Richards is still standing up after all the drugs that he did. Just- like it's
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey,
Whatever he's got going on, whatever he's doing, it's working.
it definitely is working. Yeah.
Don't recommend that route, but yeah, it's working. He's still going. He's still doing
He
it.
is. Yeah, he's still kicking.
That's awesome.
And, what about like food? What kind of foods do you like to eat?
Ah, everything right now. Um, whatever. My mom is a fabulous cook. She's in the other room right now. She's a fabulous cook. So whatever she's making, and I'm a big In-N-Out guy.
Oh, I hear so much about that place. Like I live in Philly and Philly and Jersey, like we don't have that here.
Yeah,
That I hear so much about that place. Like I have to make a trip to California and go there.
you have to. You have to. And a lot of people say that they like Whataburger more than In-N-Out.
Wait, really?
Disagree with that. Yeah, it's big, a big controversy there. I don't even. Yeah, no offense to Whataburger or nothing, but In-N-Out is just is so good. It's so good. It's my favorite.
Ah, all right, okay. I really have to go to California and try this. Uh,
Yeah,
like when I do my interviews, and everyone I interview from California always tell me, "Oh, you have to try In and Out. You have to try In and Out." So,
you
all
have to.
right,
You have to. At
definitely
least.
have to make a trip.
Yeah.
And you look like you stay in shape. So, what kind of workout routine do you do?
um, I we have a gym in the garage, so I try to just do lifting and not a lot of cardio since I quit playing basketball, but just some weightlifting. Yeah, here and there.
Okay, there you go. So, if a role comes along for like a boxer or wrestler, you could
Yeah,
probably do
that would be awesome. Yeah, get a trainer and start doing that. That would be cool.
it, right? And we talked about this before we came on. Like I'm a big horror guy, but I love asking my guests this. Are there any horror films that you like to watch?
I am not a big horror fan. Scare the living crap out of me, and I'll think about it all night when I'm going to bed. I watched Annabelle, I think, with my cousin in theater, and since
That was
then
creepy.
I I don't do them. It scarred me for life. I was terrified after watching Annabelle. So I don't do too much. I don't do too much, but The Shining would be my favorite one. Just
Oh, Jack Nicholson, yeah.
yeah, classic.
So, if Annabelle freaked you out, that Chucky doll isn't scaring you, is it? Like
I
it's
love the Chucky movies. I haven't seen them, but I have a cousin. I have a cousin who used to be a huge fan of Chucky. So I used to watch him with him. I haven't seen him in so long though, but I got to go back and revisit those. Those ones are awesome.
those are really good. Like I mean, it's a horror movie, but you can't take it seriously as a horror
Yeah,
movie because you got this little doll that's like literally going around and killing like these grown people.
yeah. It's not too scary. I think it's the realistic horror films that get me. Not that Annabelle is realistic, but just there's another one. I can't remember what it's called. The woman is deaf in it, and then someone's trying to break into her house.
Hush.
Hush,
That was crazy. That was a crazy movie.
terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, if that was me, I don't know what I would do. I probably would just give up and pass out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
let's just lay there. Whatever. This is it for me.
She was strong.
But
She was strong in that movie.
she was strong in that movie.
And what about, like, I mean, you've already been to Canada and England. Like, is there any place you would love to travel to that you haven't been to?
But I haven't. I'm a quarter Korean, so I haven't been back to Korea yet. So I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mom is half Korean. She was born in Seoul. So
Oh,
I
that's awesome.
got some family over there. So I'd love to go back there and check it out.
Nice. Do you eat any Korean dishes? Like, do you eat?
Yeah, I'm a big Korean barbecue guy.
Yeah, really
Yeah, we just
nice.
went. We just went.
Same.
Me and my mom just went the other day with my grandma, and I ate way too much food. I got in the car after. I was like, I am so uncomfortably full right now.
I I love going to those places, the Korean barbecues. Like, oh my God, they're so good.
So
Like,
good.
and you could literally eat like all night, and that's what I usually do. And then I'm sick the next day. I can't get out of bed. I'm ready to throw up. Oh my God, yeah.
Exactly. That's when you know you had a good meal right there.
Definitely, yeah. And, What, what do you have a superhero and villain that you like most? I don't know if you're into comics or Marvel and DC and
Yeah.
all that.
Um, Villain, I love Heath Ledger as the Joker. That's a common one, but that's just timeless. It
Oh
was
my
so
God,
good.
yeah.
Um, Big Spider-Man guy. I thought Tom Holland was great as Spider-Man. All of them were great. Yeah, I go with those two, Spider-Man and Spider-Man and the Joker.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Great,
dipping.
great
So
choices.
yeah,
And what about, like, are you more of like a dive bar person or like a club and dance and all that stuff?
I am more of a dive bar person, and if I'm going out, it's taking some convincing. I'm pretty complacent in my room, so my friends are like, "Let's go out." Like, eh. I'm more of a stay-at-home guy. But if anything,
Okay.
dive bar. I'm not too big of a club type of person. Like a little
Okay.
a little hole in the wall with a couple pool tables.
Oh yeah, definitely. That to me is so much more fun
Yeah,
than watching people sweat and rip their shirts off on the dance floor.
exactly. And you're screaming in each other's ears. You can't do it.
I know, right? Exactly. Yes. Are are you a video game guy? Like, do you play any games or anything?
Don't. When I was a kid, I played a good amount of video games, a lot of Call of Duty. Got into Fortnite there for a little while. But no, I'm not too big of a video game guy.
Yeah, like I used to be too. Like I even went out and bought a PlayStation 5, but I could count on my hand the number of times I actually played the PlayStation 5. So I don't know, that might have been a waste of money, but
You can use
I
it,
like watching my Netflix and all that on my PlayStation, so it's
yeah.
worth it.
That's what I was about to say. You can use it as a kind of a TV, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's that's
Mhm.
that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
And is there anything else coming up for you that you want to plug?
Um, Nothing I can share, I don't think. There's some, yeah, some stuff going on, but nothing I can share at the moment. But hopefully soon.
Okay, there you go. And the last thing that I will ask you is where can fans follow you at?
I'm only on Instagram right now, just Liam Woodrum on Instagram, and other than that, I'm not on social media.
Okay. So we won't see you dancing on TikTok or anything, right?
No, oh, actually on Emily's TikTok, she talked me into doing a couple TikTok dances with her out there. I think she posted a couple.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I like it.
My version of the dancing, whatever that looks like. It's not much of a thing.
Nice. Well, it was really nice meeting you. You're really awesome and fun. Like,
Awesome.
thanks for doing this.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. That was a good time.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anytime you want to do it again, I'm 100% in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
All right, buddy. We'll definitely have a great night. And again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well, Rocco.
Bye.